Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with VL. It's week 2, Division 1 plays today. We have Vulpine Esports against Natural Summoned Killers. I am Motojo, and I'm here with Cliff. How are you doing, my man?
I'm good, my friend. How are you? Well, you just said that. I don't know why. No, I'm excited. Very excited. Get to watch my good friend Cradden play some League of Legends. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And these are definitely some both teams that can look to improve from their performance last season. Wasn't a spectacular one. They've only got 2 wins to their name last split. Of course, one of each team were forfeits due to Centurion's, let's say, internal problems. So only one win on the Rift for each of them, and they're looking for more this split. They've both lost in week 1, and SK they'll put up a fight against Vengeance, while Vulpine did not look as convincing against Deja Vu.
No, they didn't. There's a lot of players in this lobby that I know. I played against a bunch of these guys before, so I'm very excited to see how they match up. Obviously, 10 role swapping to the top side after being absent from last split. So there's a lot of interesting things. Volibear banned down on blue side. We were talking about this before, Joe. Do you think they should have left it for red side and first picked it? Because
I mean, I definitely would say if you're not willing to play it, at least only ban it in the 3rd round of bans. So maybe the red side team will be compelled to ban it themselves, freeing up a ban for you. But yeah, if you're a team that wants to play Volibear, just banning it on blue side, of course, not the choice.
No,
yeah. As I said, if you can't play it, get rid of it, but don't do it that early. Maybe red side will ban it anyway, because you definitely don't want to be playing against a team that can play the Volibear.
I 100% agree with you there. Yeah, Nunu coming down from NSK and Zillion. Cradden does have a good Zillion. I've seen that one firsthand. Nunu just an easy jungler there.
Yeah. Also, both of these champions have been banned in week 1 against these teams. The Nunu actually in both games against Vulpine, and the Zillion in 2 of the games against Vengeance. When it was not banned, curiously, it was not picked up by them. So I guess it's just a very, very annoying champion in lane to play against, and even after lane with the ultimate, being able to save people. If you can pilot the Zillion well, it's just such a tool that can do so many things for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. In the hands of a good player, it's probably the most impactful support. Caitlyn out. Caitlyn probably the strongest AD carry right now. I think in the kind of meta that we have with hyper carries galore, Caitlyn providing such strong lane presence to shut them down early is sort of a key thing. I know that we've been using it on light, and the Olaf as the follow-up. Again, another jungle ban there. So that's 3 junglers out.
Yeah.
Straight in with the Ezreal. Wow.
Interesting first pick. What do you think NSK are going to respond with here?
I'd like to see NSK probably go with bot side right here. So I imagine we'll get something like the Kalista maybe, and I don't know, Cradden could play anything, but I'd like to see them grab bot side here, because then they hide as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely true. In week 1, they've played Caitlyn in 2 games,
and the Ashe Karma.
And the Ashe in the game where the Caitlyn was not picked by them. Back then they had the Karma support as well, as you mentioned, could be a good choice.
I mean,
both champions that are strong.
Karma's a great pick here, just because you can flex it to any lane, so it doesn't even necessarily need to be the support.
That is true. Another Cradden favorite would be the Leona. He's been pretty known for playing that champion pretty well, and it pairs up with the Ashe pretty good as well, with the CC chain you can have with it. So definitely something that can lock down this Ezreal, as slippery as he is as a champion.
Yeah, but there you go. They left the Karma up. Karma Ezreal is such a strong lane. I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know if it was worth leaving that up. Oh, quick lock-ins from Vulpine. Orianna as well. Yeah. Another solid pick. Yeah, the Karma being left up, I think, might be a little bit of a mistake. I probably would have grabbed it. The Ezreal Karma lane is oppressive. I don't know if you've played against it, but...
Nah, I'm a top laner, so I just tend to not concern myself with the likes of things that happen elsewhere on the map, because the rest of the map doesn't care about me either. So the mid laners have been picked up now. It's Orianna versus Zoe. I would definitely say pick potential is there for NSK now with the Ash Arrow and with the Zoe Bubble. They have pretty long range engage. The Orianna,
Yeah.
of course, a staple in the mid lane, never really out of the meta.
Yeah, I mean, if NSK can find some deepish wards into Vulpine's jungle, Leona and Zoe are going to be picking people for days. Orianna is also the kind of champion that just doesn't get counted in lane. So, yeah, it's difficult to know what to pick into, but Zoe's fine, I reckon. And Renekton banned as well. They're just going to target the top laners here.
Speaking of which, the Kled is gone. NSK played that champion in their one win against Vengeance, so not all too surprising that the Kled is going in phase 2. It was banned by Vengeance then for the third game. So yeah, just making sure these solo laners don't get champions with which they can take over the game by themselves. Renekton and Kled both champions that can generate a lead in their lane and then just transfer it to the rest of the map. So definitely a good choice here. A jungle band is next though on that Trundle. So that looks like NSK want to pick up some more tanks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. They probably want to grab some frontline here. I mean, they've got the Leona. The Leona isn't a lot. Mordekaiser are out, solid, probably the best, easiest top laner at the moment. I'm sure you would agree on that one, Joe.
Probably one of the strongest, yes. With the Trundle ban, I would expect NSK to pick something up like a Sejuani, which is famous for being counted by the Trundle.
Yeah.
Law trolling us a little bit here with that Teemo hover, though.
Yeah, you wouldn't see them lock with Teemo here. Set, I'm not convinced by the set either, but they can use that as a flex. Okay, they're gonna flex it. I hope they're gonna flex it and not just have that beat their top laner.
It could be the jungle as well. I'm not sure if Ava plays it a lot, but it's definitely a champion we can never be completely certain until champion select is over where that's going. So smart choice by them to hide their power level a little bit here.
Shen's a good answer, I think.
So many shields on that team already.
Yeah.
And there comes the Sejuani for them.
Okay, there's a lot of shields there, and NSK banned the Renekton out. Renekton can shield shred pretty easily. So.
Yeah. And they already have picked their support, so no Blitzcrank available to cancel all these shields.
Yeah. I'm curious, can we see Ornn here and Sekko jungle?
That could be something to look for, or they get something that can profit from a quiet lane against the Shen, and that's exactly what they do. They pick a Gangplank that just needs to sit there and scale. He will not be concerned with the Shen all too much. Another important aspect of that, though, is Gangplank doesn't have any abilities to cancel that Stand United. So if Shen presses R, he will arrive at his destination unless he dies or his target dies.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I favor Vulpine's composition here. But if the Ashe gets ahead, like what do Vulpine do to kill it?
Yeah, not much. I mean, they could try bring the ball in on Sejuani or Shen and hope to one-shot her, but the engage potential that NSK has with that composition is so long range, and then they have zone control abilities like that set ultimate and that Gangplank ultimate. So yeah, it's gonna be really, really difficult to lock down that Ashe in the backline of the comp. Maybe a good flank, but overall I agree with you. Vulpine's comp also looks a bit easier to execute. It's just bunch up, press R, win the game.
Well, they have the and excuse my pun here, they have the boar delivery system, so hopefully they can get some good Orianna ults off. I mean, Set can kind of screw you though. If Set just ult Sejuani back out instantly, it's a wasted Orianna ult. But you got to buffer that correctly. If you miss time it, could be bad.
Yeah. Definitely both compositions well thought out, in my opinion, and they both have kind of clear identities, right? Vulpine just want to run at you, press the R on Orianna, have the Ezreal hit from the backline, and win that way, while NSK looks a bit more like a pick comp, but they have so many tools to pick you off from very long range.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they can choose to start fights on their terms in a 5v4 or the likes of that. It will very much depend, though, on these bot laners, in my opinion, because if the Ashe falls behind, there's not much they can do to shred this tank line from Vulpine unless the Gangplank gets massively fed.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a big thing here as well because NSK are going to have to look for picks, so Zoe's going to need some power. The pick potential of Ashley Owner is fine, but Zoe hitting them from the long range is kind of what NSK are going to need. If they ever try and take 5v5s and it's even, I don't see them winning. Karma, it's just too good.
Yeah,
in this situation.
The amount of shielding on the side of Vulpine will make fair 5v5s pretty unfair in their favor.
Yeah.
But that's what NSK have picked for, right? They don't want these fair fights. They want to pick someone off and then fight you. So definitely have the tools to take over this game if it goes their way. If Key and Tent on these mechanically fairly difficult champions of Gangplank and Zoe pull their weight.
Yeah, I mean, Ava can find picks as well. Good flash flanks and just drag the Oriana into the middle of the team, blow her up.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the Karma even. Karma's probably a lot easier to do that too because you don't want to get sombreroed. But
yeah.
It's interesting. I think I definitely do give the edge to Vulpine in terms of ease of execution. But I also don't know what Vulpine will do if NSK get early leads.
Yeah, definitely. Because if there's one champion you do not want on the enemy team while they're very ahead, it's a Zoe. Because you cannot even walk into the jungle to try and ward it in case a bubble hits you, and then you're just dead before you can react.
Greeted with the Cliff special, paddle star to the face, and then grey screen.
Yeah. All right, the delay is going to be over any second now. We're going to go into loading screens soon. And then we can see these teams finally go at it. The last time these two teams met, of course, with slightly different rosters, it was a very close series that in the end Vulpine pulled through very, very closely. No, NSK pulled through. Sorry.
Yeah,
2-1 it was back then. Yeah. But it was a very close series, and we could hope for another close one here. I think both these teams have improved since then, so I'm really excited for this one now.
Definite roster improvements on NSK's side here. I think they should handle this quite easily. Having played against most of the players in this game before, I think I have a relative understanding of where everybody is at skill wise. So, but yeah, we can only see. We can wait and see. I'm very excited though, and I'm happy to be casting this with you as well, Joe. We've never casted together before. So...
Yeah, it's a first here, definitely. While we're still waiting for the lights to go on Summoner's Rift, anything you wanna mention when it comes to these runes or summoner choices that you find peculiar?
Let me see if there's anything odd here. They all look pretty standard. I'm not sure about Summon Airy on Zoe, but I'm not a mid laner.
Yeah, but
I did not hear that.
Yeah, we're about to be going.
I'm still loading in.
Some technical difficulties here. We'll be ready very, very soon, though.
Yeah, my spectator client is having a bit of a strop today.
What can you do? It's a small indie company that develops it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't expect them to get everything right all the time.
Yeah, they've only had 200 combined years of game design experience. Though I do have to say, I'm very happy to not see Aphelios in these games recently.
Yeah, I mean, Aphelios has fallen off a bit. So it's not. There's a lot of Ashe recently, a lot of Caitlyn in VL.
Yeah. And I think that's
a lot of Ashe, actually.
Yeah, correct choice in my opinion, too, because these champions have picked up in strength a lot and are good into the likes of the Aphelios, of course. So another reason for that champion to fall off. But, all right. How far are you when it comes to your technical difficulties?
So the client crashed, and I am currently reconnecting. As I said, it would probably crash. It did crash.
Well,
so 100% of my predictions for today, Joe.
Now then, speaking of predictions, where do you think these junglers are going to put their early pressure on? Do you see a gank bringing first blood on the top side of the map, a jungle fight, the bot side of the map? What do you think?
I think if I'm set, I probably want to look bot side because Kraken can set me up for ganks pretty easily. You want to go on the Karma. If you can get pressure bot side and rotate that into early dragons, that's also really, really nice for you. Sejuani is, well, Sejuani. So she can do whatever she wants, and as long as she doesn't get invaded, then she's fine.
Yeah, and if you were, let's say, in Exorcist shoes right here, where would you want to gank first as that Sejuani? Would you want to try to get your Orianna the power to fight the Zoe out of the lane, to have control there? Or do you think you want to put down the Gangplank, for example?
Probably the Gangplank. Right, I am ready for you.
Right, then we can start in a couple of seconds once production has counted us in. And we are live in the game. We are looking at that NSK side right now. They seem to be spreading out. It's not looking like an invade right now, but the pings are coming down. They could be trying to have a late mini invade going. As for now, 5-point start. Pretty standard.
Yeah, standard stuff. I don't imagine we'll see anything too fancy. There's no real early engage in any of these champions, so
yeah. No Morgana, Splits, Cranks, or Threshs in these teams at the moment. We'll slow down this early game a little bit. Some emotes are being exchanged. I've not seen anyone put down a ward in the enemy jungle so far. So not much information on these junglers for both of these teams.
Yeah, so it looks like Sedge starting bot side. And yeah, Set's going to answer the same. So it should be kind of pathing to the top side. So it looks like they are going to go towards the top side early. Maybe try and get the Gangplank ahead.
Well, we will see. They could definitely meet on that top side Scuttle Crab should it spawn there. So I think in the very early stages of the game, I definitely would prefer to be a Sejuani. There's so much CC in the abilities. Just while no items are there yet, gives you such an edge in these 1v1 jungle skirmishes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Set does quite a lot of damage with his Q. I actually don't know who would win that. I assume Set would win level 3, but
depends on how you depends on how he times that all-important haymaker, though.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. If you can time that to block a bit of damage from the Sejuani, then you can turn the fight quite easily. But that's usually the signal for me if I'm fighting a Set to run away.
Early level 2 advantage not used by NSK, just using their time to farm a little bit. Being content here as the Gangplank with the range advantage of the Q over that Chen should be a fairly simple lane for him at this moment. Could of course get more complicated with these junglers getting involved, but for now the Gangplank is very happy to just sit here and farm.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a farm fest. We're looking for Kraken.
Oh, there is the engage. The stun lands onto that Karma, and it's around half HP for both supports, while the junglers are meeting in the top side of the map. Zoe's first here, though, while Orianna's still on her tower. So wise choice by Vulpine to pull out of that one.
Yeah, they got the pressure, so Zoe could come first. I think Set gets the scuttle off of that as well, so that's nice for NSK. Nice early lead. They had the wave prior, so there was nothing Vulpine could do.
Yeah, and just look at Gangplank's wave there. He's pushed so many minions into the tower. Shen will catch up in CS a little bit, but probably will not be able to get all these minions under that tower. So early lead for the Gangplank, picking up the cow to just capitalize on this farm fest.
Yeah, that's good for him. He's going to enjoy that. He's gonna get to scale really easily, and Shen can't really punish a Gangplank too much. So You take that if you're NSK. You know the tank's going to get to his power spike a bit faster and a bit easier.
Yeah, and power spikes of Gangplank usually come along with a lot of damage. Here is a gank in the mid lane though. But, oh. Shields versus shields, not much health exchanging.
Yeah, there's not really a lot that Set can do without flashing onto somebody at the early stage. I mean, if I'm the Set, I think it's probably worth to take the flash. Just flash onto her, hit the E, force her to flash away from you.
Yeah.
But I play Set support, so...
Oh. Yeah, with that Haymaker, you definitely enable some good bubbles hitting. And if that Zoe bubble hits with the paddle stars to the face, as you said earlier, these can really, really hurt then. Especially if there's a Set standing on top of you, boxing you while you're trying to get away from the sleeping.
You see, this is what I'm saying about this Karma lane. You can't really do anything. Karma and Ezreal can sit back, they can farm the way from a distance, they can poke you down quite severely, especially on the Leona. And if Karma...
There we go. That is a flash and a stun. Kraden trying to go forward, but he's not got the health pool to keep going, and they turn around again, even though the Set was there to help them. Ignite used from a minion onto Orianna, who is starting to feel out of mana a little bit. So Zoe's still in control of that lane, if even a little. And yeah. Oh, that's a good taunt onto that Gangplank. Look at the damage. But oranges.
Yeah, oranges. It's a fair and balanced skill.
Yeah, very. There is the Sleepy Trouble bubble. Key is very low on HP himself, so can the paddle star hit? That's first blood! And Key gets the solo kill in the mid lane.
It's good paddle star. He hit everything he needed to hit, and that's Zoe for you. Like you get hit by one thing, if you aren't healthy, you die.
Oh, Ava, very risky, has to flash away here after being ignited. That was a very ballsy engage. Kraden also dropping very low on HP. And that was a bit of a question mark there from Ava.
Yeah, a bit overly aggressive. Not the flash you wanted to take. Yeah, I don't know. Karma Ezreal, man. They do a lot of damage. They're hard to kill.
Yeah.
Karma has scary damage early just from base stats and skills base levels. You don't need anything else. And yeah, she can destroy you with that mantra empowered Q. I was a Karma main last season. She carried me to a lot of wins.
Yeah, definitely a champion that often gets underrated just because it isn't as flashy with these skills, but the damage and the shielding just brings so much to the table for your team. That fight in the bot lane, though, it did enable Papalaw and Kraden to get a pretty good recall off. BF Sword on the Ashe. Speaking of Ashes, Ashe on the Ezreal has picked up a Tear and a Pickaxe, so... Will have a little less damage right now, but still has that Karma to help him with that. So probably still going to be pretty oppressive in lane.
I actually did not notice that. I hope Ashe plays Ashe later. I hope Ashe plays Ashe in game 2. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, it would make our job definitely a lot easier. When speaking of Ashe, we will then know who we mean. Some wards being placed and exchanged in this bot lane. And cheeky invade there from Ava. With the help of Key having his lane pushed on the Zoe, pretty easy to steal that camp away. Here comes Krot. Oh, that is a lot of damage from the Karma. Ava is very far forward, not getting knocked up by the Sejuani, but has to flash away with that Hex Slash and still dies. It's a kill for each team now on the board. But the bot lanes have arrived from both teams now. Kraden wants a piece of this. Does not have access to that Solar Flare yet. And the Paddle Star goes wide. Just some free farming for Ezreal in the bot lane, which he will be happy about. But no more deaths here.
Yeah, I mean, Exorcist missed that Q. If he didn't miss that Q, he wouldn't have needed to flash. So, small mistake.
Oh, there it is. The shockwave goes wide, though, as Key escapes a gank very, very handily. That could have gone a lot worse for Key. With a good flash away, he lives.
Again, just a little bit too slow on the Orianna ult. Yeah, I don't know if Sedge stun got changed at all, but just a little bit too slow. Maybe like half a second there. Don't know if they would have killed Kid still, but It was a nice attempt. You have to credit them for finding the pick there.
We were speaking about Israel getting a free farming short time while Law and Kraden both roamed up to the mid lane, and it has manifested in an around 10 CS lead for Ashe, which you will feel good about on that Ezreal, just sitting back, poking, and poking away some more.
Yeah, I mean, if you press the X key right now, there's not a lot in it, surprisingly. In the gold between them, but the big gold difference.
Yeah, pretty big difference in the mid lane, around 500 already. Foki with that first blood, of course.
700 in the jungle as well.
Yeah. Of course, Exorcist has a bit more CS, a couple more camps cleared, and he's the one who picked up the kill as well. So he will be trying to transfer that lead to basically any lane, because you don't really need your Sejuani to be ahead, you need your carries.
Yeah, that is definitely true. Sejuani wants to try and pass off as many of these kills as she can to somebody else. Even the Karma. The gold's just better elsewhere.
Yeah.
Tank items are quite cheap, Joe.
Yeah, tank items are quite cheap, as junglers and top laners quite often have to, let's say, save a bit of money. They will be happy about that. Speaking of having to save money, King Tent quietly in this top lane has amassed a 30 CS lead. That is pretty big for the early stages of the game on this Gangplank.
That is quite a lot. I mean, you said it yourself, there's not really much that Shen can do to ward Tent away from farming. Maybe they should have put a bit more attention there, but you know, he trades back and Tent just hits him with the Q and can just heal back up because of Grasp. So
yeah. And of course, these oranges, that is some good damage onto Banjo again. So he's starting to take over this lane very handily.
That was a nice match, though.
Yeah. Summoners are all available back in this bot lane. Exorcist hovering around here. They want to make something happen. Not sure if Law and Kraden are aware of this, though. This could be a very dangerous time for them. If this Ezreal gets even more ahead, they could be in trouble. And here comes the loop around from Exorcist, and Law is alone. Flash forward from Krog. Ignite goes down. So much damage. No way to escape. Sejuani doesn't even want the assist. Picked up by Ashe, that kill onto the champion Ashe. And this Ezreal is getting terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classic Law mistake. So, me and Arbush would do that to Law when we played against NSK 2 splits ago. So it's nice to learn that Law has not learned that he needs to step back every time Kraden leads lane.
Yes, definitely something we will have to look out for. The dragon has been picked up now by Exorcist and his friends. That was a mountain dragon for the side of Vulpine, who are still a bit behind in gold, just mostly due to Tent and Key controlling their lane so well and having such big CS advantages. The dragon will be neat for them, though. The next one is going to be a cloud one, so Soul will be either Ocean or Infernal.
What Soul are you looking for?
Not Ocean.
I mean, if you're Vulpine here, you want Ocean. You want Ocean. You want to get the Ocean.
That's a huge taunt onto Ava under the tower. Flash and Haymaker saves his life. The tower falls to the Herald here, but there comes the Sejuani, slowing him down with the ultimate. That will surely be a kill. There is no escape for Ava here, but they did get the tower. And that is worth a lot of money. Some plates as well going to Papa Law and Kraden here. Good gold swing. 2,000 already now, the lead for NSK. Oh, that's a bubble. That's a Paddle Star. And that's huge damage. And there comes the ultimate from Gangplank. The Stand United will save Banjo's life, though. And no more kills happen right now.
They both flashed as well, there. Flash from Banjo and flash from Tent. So, unless someone is down.
Key trying to pick up that flash that was dropped under that tower. Getting almost taunted by Centauran, though. And now it's a 2v1. He has to back off of this, even with a flash on his W key.
That was so disrespectful, Key.
Yeah,
just so disrespectful. Just walks under a tower next to a Shen. Come on, man. You don't do that stuff.
Yeah. And here we see the power of the Ezreal Karma poking again. Look at Law's health pool. He's around 400. Just trying to get any CS he can towards his first item, while Ezreal has already picked up that Mana Moon and the Sheen. So these Qs are going to be hurting even more from now on.
Yeah. The Leona Qs are painful. Sorry, the Karma Qs are painful.
Oh, look at that. Law almost dead, and Tent now wants a piece of Banjo. He does not have a tower to fall back to, and so it's a lot of damage from the Gangplank. He's chasing away Banjo on that Orianna. He's been doing very well for himself. The lead has not grown that much over Santorin, but it's another 10 CS more almost. And he's already completed the Triforce now, and these Qs are going to be hurting.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to do a lot of damage. He hasn't even finished the cold off yet either, so he's going to get a nice little spike after that one as well, when he gets to sell it off. But yeah, look at this bot lane, man. This is what I'm saying. This is why I think NSK should have picked the Karma. The Leona's fine here, but you gave Karma Ezreal over. Leona can't really do anything. She'll get bursted out before she tries to engage. Ashe can't fight back. All she has is the volley. The volley's on quite a long cooldown. You can't out-trade it from the distance. And if ever you do catch it, Ezreal shifts backwards, Karma puts a shield on him, and he runs away. Like, yeah. It's a hard lane.
Yeah, and they've already accumulated around 20 CS in the lead for this Ezreal. And he's now picked up the Glacial Shot as well, so he's going to go for that Iceborne Gauntlet. Not for more damage. He lands a root onto Key here. Krog has roamed to the mid, and that is a big shockwave. But here comes the jungler, Ava, with the showstopper, with the Haymaker. Picks up a kill onto Banjo, and that was an overextension, not knowing where the jungler is. And Key even survived.
Yeah, that was it was nice if Ava wasn't literally just the other side of the map.
Oh, stun lands on the tower, and there comes the Solar Flare. Ezreal flashes and ease away to live. But the tower has fallen nonetheless, and this fighting still goes on. Tent wants a piece of Santorin, who has to run away here. And Ninja is no match for a Pirate at the moment. And NSK keep pulling further ahead. We have around 3,500 gold in the lead for them already, and they are snowballing this pretty well.
Yeah, we VLPL in right here. This is what's happening. They're just going to fight everywhere all the time. This is what happens in games like Arch, Joe. So I hope you have a drink next to you, because you're going to be talking a lot today.
Oh boy, my voice is ready. I've not got the Rona. I will be able to talk, I hope, unless they do like 3 50-minute games, which would be a banger in its own right, but probably pretty hard on my voice if they keep going on that pace. Even though the kill score is fairly low, there was a lot of fighting, as the dragon will be spawning in 20 seconds to have these teams fight for it.
Yeah, NSK are going to get Prio here as well. Tent's only just backing, but he's got TP and ult up. Tent will probably just walk straight back top lane as well. The Shen ult's up as well, so there's going to be a banger of a fight here, I reckon. Ezreal down flash and cleanse after that engage from Kraden at the tower. So we're looking at a summoner advantage over for NSK.
Drowsy Karma, and there comes the stun from Leona as well. Krog flashes away, gets the Stand United shield. That's a big ultimate already out. And here comes the flash forward from Santorin. The shockwave only hits Ava. And there is the Sejuani ulti on Law on the backside, but so far no damage on him. That's a Drowsy Shen. The Pirate has killed the Ninja. As I said, no match at the moment, and that's 1 kill picked up for NSK, which will probably ensure the Dragon for them, as pretty much all the big teamfight ultimates have been used from both sides except for that showstopper. And they will even up the Dragon score with that kill they picked up. Oh, flash forward from Key. That's a sleepy trouble bobble. There comes the Paddle Star. Look at that damage onto Banjo, who will be forced to back, probably, which could ensure the final outer turret for the side of NSK.
Yeah, banger of a fight. Just like I said, Joe. Only one person died, though, which is kind of crazy. That Karma living, he owes everything to Centurion, and he put his life down for it. I think I probably would have just let the Karma die, if I'm being honest. I think you might agree with me as a top laner. But yeah, Karma got caught out, and after that, it was just chaos there. Ashe, I don't know who Ashe ulted. I saw the Ashe ult go off on the bottom of the screen. I think she ulted the Set to keep this... no, she mustn't have ulted Set's on her team. It must have been the Sejuani, maybe. And then Sejuani retorted with her ult over the wall. But yeah.
We see Kraden trying to clear some vision in the enemy jungle, getting caught by this Orianna. This could be another skirmish. Kraden chooses to walk away though. No more fighting for the moment as this Rift Herald is up again, and both these teams seem to want it. The top laners have changed sides and are looking at the bot line, and Tent is already 50 CS ahead almost, and he's doing a number on Centauran. Look at that. He's even taking a tower shot and not caring much about it.
He takes a tower shot for good measure. That's the added BM to be like, this is how much stronger than you I am right now. I'm going to take a tower shot and I'm still going to win the trade.
Yeah, maybe tower shots give these oranges a bit more flavor. Who knows? He does look to be backing off at this moment. Maybe he wants to recall. He is carrying around 1,200 gold. For now, he's still keeping the farming up, though.
Yeah, no vision in that bot side jungle for NSK either, so he can't stay overextended when they don't know where the Sejuani is, so it's a good call for him to back off there. We are looking at 10 seconds from the Baron.
Getting the speed up, flashes forward with a face breaker. Here comes the showstopper. He now needs to hit that trouble bubble, but it misses because of a good shockwave. Here comes the Shen, and he taunts that set. The Haymaker kills the Shen almost. He's still alive, just barely. Can they get any kills out of this? Key goes forward, gets the auto into Centauran, picks that one up. Here come the flashes. King Tent once this Orianna. Banjo, oh no! There comes the Ash Arrow downtown, and Papalo helps King Tent ensure another kill. NSK are pulling further ahead, and that was an interesting fight. Lots of grit and some good action, but who pulls out ahead in the end is again NSK.
Yeah, I mean, Tent flashing forward there. I mean, he got the kill in the end. There's a bit of a progress splash forward, and he missed his ultimate as well, so that was fun to watch. But yeah, other than that, it was well played by NSK. Yeah. Catching people when they need to. This is exactly what we said they need to do. They need to look for picks and then force fights. If they keep playing like this, they should do fine from here on out.
Yeah, definitely. Crucially, this fight could have gone a lot worse for Vulpine if Banjo didn't hit an enormously good shockwave, making him dodge that sleepy trouble bubble. In the end, he died still because of a fantastic Ash Arrow, but something to highlight definitely. He does know when to press that R button on the Orianna most of the time.
Yeah, I've not seen any bad ults. So it was the one he missed mid, but you know, it's Zoe. She has like a million flashes, so. Yeah, you can allow that one.
Fair and balanced ability. Is that Zoe W? Well, if everyone is OP, no one is, as our friend Syndrome from The Incredibles is always wants to remind us. So 200 years of game design experience makes sure the game is fresh and full of things that are OP and fun to watch, though.
It's definitely fun to watch. It's not fun to play against, but it's fun to watch. I hate Zoe. I hate Zoe with a passion. I can't be the only person to hate Zoe.
Yeah, she's not a fun champion to play against, especially if she is ahead. And ahead Key is right now with around 40 CS lead and a couple kills to his name. He's 1,500 gold ahead of Banjo by himself, while his team has an around 6,000 gold lead. So it is really their game to win at this moment.
Yeah. I mean, Tent just picked up a needlessly large rod as well, so he was doing a lot of damage before. It's going to be even worse now.
Yeah.
NSK are looking for something on the spot side. They're grouping up over here. Dragon's up in 10 seconds as well, so maybe they're just going to force the Dragon.
Yeah, it's going to be an Infernal, so we have the luck to not see an Ocean Soul this game. Oh, look at that barrel damage. That's more than 50% of Banjo's HP just from the barrels. And that is a terrifying gangplank right now.
Yeah, that was a scary amount of damage. There could be a steal here, though. They've got to pull it out.
Pulling it out of the pit to ensure no steal happening. Exorcist comes over the wall, though, does not manage to steal it, and the fight is on. Kraden is going golden, and he has a flanking help. King Tent, though, in the middle of 3 people. Can he live there? No, he does not. Shutdown goes to Exorcist, and this is not going like NSK wanted. Another huge shockwave. There comes the showstopper to save Papalo, and the re-engage could be here. Centauran has been killed, and Exorcist stopping really, really low. Another stun lands. Keys on the killing spree. and the Sejuani falls as well. That is 3 for 1. And what didn't look good in the beginning for NSK, oh, it's a 4th one. Double kill goes to Key, 4-1 for them. And that is just the gold lead speaking, it seems.
Yeah.
That fight looked very scrappy, but in the end, the health bars were on their side.
Yeah, I mean, Law tried to hand that fight over to Vulpine by not paying attention to where the ball was. I feel really bad for Ash. Ash playing Ezreal. He was getting absolutely battered by that red buff whilst he was trying to fight. I think red buff did more damage to him than anyone else on NSK. So...
Yeah, but around him, the whole team was dying. These tanks are just not tanky enough for the prolonged fights against Ashe and Zoe and Gangplank especially. Even though they managed to kill Tent on that Gangplank, they still were not able to keep that tank alive, and that is not a good sign for the future of this game for them. Well, the gold lead gets around 8,000 now, as NSK are probably going to start looking for this Baron.
Yeah, they can set up a bunch of vision in this topside jungle, and just look for a pick and then force it. Honestly, that's all they need to do.
Oh, there is the ultimate from Tent, and there it is from Papalov from downtown once again, in the same spot as last time. And it's again Banjo who falls victim to it. And that is a pretty free kill for NSK. No, Law has overextended though. There comes the Glacial Prison. Krog roots him up as well. He will fall before that true shot barrage comes in. And there's one death on each side. That was a bit careless from Papalov there.
Law overextending. It's the second time this game he's overextended. If he'd have just walked the long way round, that would have been a Baron. 100% that would have been a Baron. Because they could have pulled off and taken a fight 4v4.
Oh, they're looking for Tent here. Look at this. He's trying to dance around it, but against 3 people, how much can he realistically do? The root lands Ignite, and he flashes over the wall. Teleport is coming in as well. There comes the showstopper. It's a lot of people against Ava, but he is pretty tanky. Now he's starting to feel the pain, though, and the Solar Flare saves him. There comes Kraden. And he's coming in with a lot of CC, just barely making his jungler survive, and surprisingly, throughout all that, nobody dies.
Nobody died. Okay, then. I thought Ava was dead for sure, but yeah, Kraden hits a good solar flare and then manages to body block the Sejuani charge as well, so fair enough.
True support there.
Yeah, I was actually quite amazed by that. I thought Ava was dead for sure.
Yeah, and Tent as well with a good flash over the wall while Ava was going in. He was for sure dead if he didn't flash at the perfect time there. Against 3 people with so much damage, he manages to survive, and now he's in the 1v1 lane against Chen. He's feeling well in that one.
I mean, look at this CS lead. Also, instead of looking at the CS lead, look at Tent's items. Tent's going Leandry. Yeah. Leandry's third right here.
Wait, what? Since when is Leandry's being built on Gangplank? Did I miss something?
Leandry's is so good on Gangplank. It's actually incredible. I think I spoke to Silverback about this before. He loves it. He loves a bit of Gangplank. But yeah, apparently Leandry's is just an absolutely incredible item on him.
Okay.
Oranges extends the fights, you know, so with the ult going down, the AoE damage every time ult, adding the Leandry's AoE damage every time as well. So
cool. I was just wondering, because the barrels and the cute is physical damage, right? The parley.
I don't know if it's magic damage that affects it. I think it's just damage.
Ooh, that is huge then, of course, with the passive of that item. Well, we will be seeing it in action fairly soon, as another dragon is going to spawn in less than a minute. And NSK, of course, want that. They have still around 8,000 gold in the lead. There's not all too much Vulpine can do against it at the moment with that lead NSK have. Just short of 28 minutes we are into the game. So if you are Vulpine right now, what would you be trying to accomplish to get back into having a chance to win this game?
You want to be walking around as 5 with Sejuani in front.
Hold that thought, because Banjo's getting, let's say, engaged on. There comes the Ash Arrow, and here is Ava. The Shockwave has already missed early in the fight, and that is a showstopper with not much happening, but a lot of potential there for the rest of the team to arrive. They just stalled. Ava could pay for that with his life, though. That is a good haymaker to survive, and now the Shen is about to die. Another auto from Papa Key will do it. Papalo will do it. Key gets that kill, and It looked like a 2v1 engage, but the one person was the one almost killing one of the two. So a pretty free kill for the side of NSK throughout another prolonged skirmish. And they will look towards this dragon, which would put them on soul point.
Yeah, Vulpine didn't let me finish my sentence. The next part of my sentence was going to be, and not use Sejuani ult on Gangplank.
Yeah.
They didn't want to hear any of that.
There comes another fight. The dragon has been picked up. Key has a billion flashes, as you said earlier, and so he cheats his way out of a situation he should not have survived. That's Zoe for you. 5-0 and 5. Key on that champion. He is doing well for himself as well.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. He's probably done the most amount of damage for his team right now. But 10's damage is definitely up there, right? Like he's been doing some insane barrel chains this game.
Definitely true. And now he's finished the Leandre's tournament as well. These barrels are going to hurt even more as the game goes on. It will not be easier to survive fights against that Gangplank. It's just almost never-ending scaling, you feel like.
Yeah, and he's 90 CS up as well. Like
actually 100. He's got that flame.
Oh yeah, it's 100 now. Yeah, it's
Flame Horizon over Centauron. That is not something you want to hear if you're a Vulpine fan. A Gangplank with 100 CS lead is beyond terrifying. Kraken might be caught here though. Krog gets the root on him, and there's a lot of blue health bars around here. But they do not choose to pursue, as they do not know where most of NSK is. So Kraken can just walk away, eat some plants, and be fine again.
Yeah, they're too scared. I mean, I'd be scared too. Kraken could just walk out, be really, really far away from his team, and Zoe can hit one paddle star, and a squishy can die. So,
yeah, that is
scary.
Yeah, Zoe has already finished the Rabadon's death cap along with that Luden's Echo. That is a lot of ability power, which will make these paddle stars hurt. 438 is the AP score on Zoe right now. And yeah, paddle stars will do between 400 and 1,000 damage now.
Yeah, they're gonna one-shot karmas. That's what they're gonna do. So
Double missing here, but they are laying the trap around that Baron now. There is a vision ward from Vulpine in the Baron pit though, so they're not getting baited into it just yet. This does mean though that Tent can just sit in the bot lane and push this tower in.
yeah,
The blue rock is being taken away. They're gonna take everything from Vulpine now, and they will have to find some kind of window of opportunity to make something happen on their terms, or this game is over.
yeah. I mean, the problem that Vulpine have right now is they either have to force a fight onto the Zoe, or try and pick Tent, but that didn't go well last time they attempted it. And if they run into this Zoe through NSK's vision, they will take a paddle star to the face and people will die.
Yeah. There's so much terrifying long-range damage on NSK at the moment, with that Gangplank ultimate being available, with the barrel chains, and of course, as you said, with the paddle stars and the Sleepy Trouble Bubbles. It's come to fruition what we talked about in Champ Select. If this composition gets ahead, you just have to be terrified wherever you are, unless you completely see every one of the enemy team.
Yeah, there's not a lot Vulpine can do here. They have to force a fight. And they have to force a fight off of an NSK mistake. They're just going to force the Baron, though. This is exactly... They probably should have done this about 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, but there's not much Vulpine can do to punish the late Baron, and they will just pick it up without contest.
Yeah.
Any second now, Baron Asher not really able to fight back against champions this strong.
Yeah, it's...
yeah, Exorcist doesn't even get in range to try and challenge. That is not much they can do here. Baron picked up by NSK. The gold lead's over 10,000 now, and they are looking to end the game with this push.
Yeah, the problem here is they knew that NSK were doing... They knew NSK were doing the Baron, and they still didn't try and 4v110, you know?
Yeah.
That could have been a nice chunk of gold over to Oriana. That could have finished a death cap for all we know, you know? Like, they're just sort of letting NSK have their way with this game now. It's a 10k gold lead. We're 33 minutes in. NSK are on soul point. The Dragon's about to come up. I think this is done. I think Vulpine missed their opportunity here.
Okay, what we need to see then from NSK is the ability to close out the game cleanly, right?
Yeah. We have to see if NSK can get over mistakes they had before and transition a lead into tower kills and an Nexus kill.
Oh, and that is a solo kill from Gangplank in the top lane, completely off screen. It seems just too easy for him at the moment, and there is a sleeping Orianna, has to flash away from that paddle start just to survive. The Ash Arrow going wide, that's a big engage tool gone, but already the Shen has died to the Gangplank, so there's not really any way to do anything about this dragon. This will be Infernal Soul for the side of NSK, as if their lead wasn't big enough already. Gangplank also picks up another tower. Tent is absolutely huge this game.
They need to make a choice, go to Tent or go to the Dragon, and they're just standing in between both of them and not doing anything. So Tent is going to get some pressure on this in-hit tower now, and Karma being the first one there to challenge this, it's kind of pointless. They are just letting NSK walk away with this game.
Yeah, Vulpine seem to be a bit too indecisive this game about what they want to do. Since they've fallen behind, of course, that makes it a lot more difficult. Key getting a lot of damage from that Q from Orianna, but nothing life-threatening yet. And they are doing the 4-1 push mid and top lane with the Baron buff still on. This could pretty easily end the game if they find a good engage.
Yeah, the NSK don't even need to look for an engage. They can just siege this. You can send Set bot lane. You can send Zoe bot lane. As long as you're a group of 3.
There comes the flash forward from Ava, and he's already dominating, having killed Krog. No way to fight back for this Vulpine side at the moment. The ball's only hitting that Leona, and that is not someone you want a sombrero on. And not even the Sejuani ult can stop them. Ava is just too tanky. The engage coming in under tower. Papalao has killed Banjo already. Key, we see him picking up some more summoners, but at the moment they've stopped killing people. They've just taken 2 inhibitors.
Yeah, I guess they're just playing it slow. They have no reason to play it slow.
Yeah, we could just end the game right here. There's 2 people dead on the side of Vulpine.
I guess they're kind of perfect tower them. That's what they're trying to do. NSK know they're so far ahead. They want to get every tower, every objective.
They're gonna take all your towers. They're gonna take your girlfriends. They're gonna take your children. They're gonna take everything from you and leave you with nothing.
Yeah, I reckon they could have finished the game now. Playing safe, that's fine. But they were 4v5. They have Infernal Soul. They have a really fed Zoe and a really fed Gangplank. So yeah, that should have been the end of the game. But I guess we get to watch one more fight, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, it is one more opportunity for the side of Vulpine to try and make something happen, maybe hit a 5-man shockwave or something. Because apart from that Orianna, I don't think they have the late game damage to really threaten that set. Even if the game keeps going on and everybody's at full items, what are they realistically going to do to kill Set and Leona, right, in that late game?
Yeah, I think the part of the problem here is as you're going the Frozen Fist build instead of the Trinity Force, he just has a lot less damage because of that. If he has the Trinity Force here, you know, they can kite back with the Karma shields, the Orianna shields, and they can probably just, you know, kill the set quite easily. But the Frosty Fist, like, yeah, he gets the AoE slows, but you give up so much.
That is a drowsy Orianna already hit by a paddle star though, so no follow up on that one.
Gangplank ulted there as well, so
that is an arrow hitting, but it's only Exorcist, not the one you want to hit with that enchanted crystal arrow. Another ultimate gone from the side of NSK, but super minions are gonna start pouring into that base. They just have to be a little bit patient. There's the True Shot Barrage, not really clearing any minions. Redemption will heal them back to full. And now the super minions are here. Banjo has walked to the top lane to defend against that. NSK, they are pulling off of this. They seem to be wanting to end through mid lane, maybe? Not sure why they're splitting up here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should keep 4 bot and send the Gangplank top, in my opinion. Gangplank should be... Yeah. Where are they going? Yeah, maybe they're going to... I don't understand.
Guys, just end the game. Yeah, just win. Just end the game, guys. The Baron's not up for another, like, 30-40 seconds. Are they just going to sit there and wait for that to spawn? Instead of, you know, winning the game?
They could, yeah. I don't understand why they didn't just end. I mean, fair enough. They're taking it slow, and they don't want to.
Crystal Arrow going wide. Also, the Kraken Sun going wide. That Zenith played. But that will be back up shortly. I'm just interested to see why they are doing the Baron dance at all with 2 inhibs down. They can just wait and sit this out and then do the Baron. But the engage has been coming on. Centauran trying to go to the backline. That is a shockwave and a half onto Tent. He is on very low HP on the front side of the fight. Exorcist is somehow still alive. There lands the stun onto Kraken. He has to flash away. Now Ava against 4 people. The big barrel chain almost killing Centauran. And there is the first kill. There is another one though. Ash is now online on this Ezreal, taking a lot of damage. That's a shutdown going over to Exorcist. And somehow Vulpine win a fight from 12,000 gold behind, and they will catch Kraken as well. Tent is ending the game though. He is in the base. He kills the Nexus. And yeah, they lose the fight, but they win the game.
They could have finished that game about like 5 minutes earlier. Do you know what it was? I think they were trying to go for the extra fantasy points. They've all got themselves on their own team. They want to get the extra fantasy points. So it's kind of a shame if you're Key, because you lost your perfect game there.
Yeah, but they do have let's say fairly clean win over Vulpine in game 1. They executed their team comp how they wanted to play it. There were a few hiccups in the way, but overall, especially the solo laners really showed their power this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's good performances from Key and from Ten. I think they can't really fault anyone too much on NSK. Vulpine just didn't look like they had anything in them. If we look at the damage numbers, 10 with a 34,000 damage, highest in the game. So those barrel chains did a lot.
Yeah, Gangplank should definitely be a champion that Vulpine have to look at now. Is it worth banning this? Can we ban this instead of something else? And yeah, maybe also reset their mental, because it seemed like they were very, very indecisive throughout most of this game. And NSK used that very, very well. So we will be going to a short break. Everybody watching can use that short break to go to gamersapparel.co.uk/store/Valence to find some Valence League merchandise. I've got a mug myself, and I've also got one of the jerseys. And let me tell you, they are fantastic.
It's good to hear.
All right, we will be back shortly with Game 2 of Vulpine versus Natural Summoned Killers. And if this first game is any indication, this is going to be another banger, because these teams love to fight. Now, of course, only those are still open. No Gangplank for 10th this game. It has been banned.
Yeah, respect, man. Get rid of it. He did crazy amounts of damage in the last game. They obviously didn't know how to play against the Gangplank very well. So
yeah, and he also had the Flame Horizon over Centauran, so definitely a champion he seems to be very comfortable on as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shen, no ninjas this game either. At least not that one. We could still, of course, see the Akali or the Cannon, but not picks that have been big in VL recently, so I don't expect any ninjas.
No. I mean, we get 2 brand new top laners this game, so that'll be nice. New matchup. Let's see what Centurion can do into Tant. Hopefully it was a fluke.
Orianna seems like a very safe blind pick. It's also very good with the Zac and the Leona. Just put the ball on them, let them engage, press R, kill somebody. So, yeah, also not a champion that can be countered in lane easily. Of course, the Zoe is still up that Key played last game, so he could just go for that again.
I mean, I was just thinking that they've got to pick comp again. The Zoe's not bad here. Zoe isn't bad here at all. Yep.
And there it is. It's been locked in. Of course, I think the mid 2v2 with Zoe Trundle isn't quite as strong as with the set, but it's still good enough for this lane, I think. Kraken with a Blitzcrank cover. He did play that in the game they won against Vengeance last week, but of course with the Morgana already picked up, I highly doubt a Blitzcrank lock in here.
I would be very surprised. It would have to be
Morg top or something?
Yeah, Morgana top or something. No.
Is that a Nasus
Nasus.
blind pick? King 10 throwing down the gauntlet, saying, go ahead, counter pick me. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I thought NSK's draft was infinitely better, and then they blind picked Nasus, so.
And that is a Karma, probably top lane.
I don't like that either.
I mean, I don't know what they're thinking, because it's not like Karma can super easily punish the Nasus. So, interesting choice of champion here. Karma top lane for Centauron. Well, maybe it's his pocket pick or something, and he's just gonna go legendary on it. We will have to wait and see. Now, looking at both team comps, definitely some picks in there that don't fit the identity quite as well. I'm looking especially at that Narcissus. In a pick comp, what are you doing with a Narcissus? I mean, yeah, you can split push, but what's the big idea here?
Yeah, I mean, the Nasus doesn't fit the NSK comp, but the NSK comp and draft in general is just leaps and bounds above this Vulpine draft. The Karma top doesn't really fit because they don't have a hyper carry. Orianna Zac, good combo, but picking Zac early with Trundle still up, not really amazing. And then picking Leona into Morgana, I don't know. I'd be very, very surprised if NSK don't roll over this one just because of the draft.
Yeah. The thing is, though, for Vulpine to play devil's advocate here, they do have a very strong team fight, and it will be very hard to get away from them. If they have the lead and want to force the fight on you, they will be able to. With that Karma speed up, with that Orianna speed up, and with the Strut from Misfortune, there's not really a way you can get away from that composition if they are ahead.
They have the Wombo combo for sure, but I mean, are they even going to get there? Like, Caitlyn Morgana just destroys Misfortune Leona in lane. Zoe roams to either of these side lanes. We saw what Zoe damage does to Karma last game.
Yeah.
So I just don't know. I don't know if Vulpine can even make it to the stage where their Wombo combo is relevant. If they do, they should never lose a fight.
Yeah, definitely. Like, from
that's
2-3 items,
Yeah.
onward, they should not be able, like, not be able to lose a 5v5 with the shielding, the engaged potential they have.
Yeah, I'm just very confused by this Vulpine draft.
Yeah, definitely some nuts and bolts in there that people would not be expecting with that Karma last pick. I'm still interested. Is Karma some super secret counter pick to Nasus that I didn't know about?
He does okay in Tenasis because of the tether and stuff like that, but you have to hit every single Q on the Nasus to stop the Nasus outscaling you. Like, maybe if Zac goes up there early and they get the Karma ahead, the Karma can just bop the Nasus. Like, it's possible, but
Yeah, but what do they do about that bot lane then that is in the losing matchup as well, right? They have to. Zac has to. He can't be everywhere at once. And we saw what happened mid lane last game. He permanently had priority there in that exact matchup. So definitely going to be a tough one for Exorcist on the Zac to decide where to go here to make sure his team has a chance at winning this game.
Yeah, I'm. If you're an NSK fan, you should probably be silently optimistic right now because you have winning lanes. Maybe not the Nasus. Nasus isn't necessarily a winning lane into anything, but it's a Nasus. If it gets to 50 minutes into this game, he presses Q once on anybody and they die.
Yeah.
So,
he is. The thing is, though, with that Nasus, people always attribute a very, very strong late game to him, which isn't wrong in itself. But I look at Nasus more like a late mid game champion because he will not be able to catch people in the late game. He is a champion prone to being kited. And with so many speed ups as Vulpine have them, he's going to have it tough in fights, but he can just sit in the sideline and split push.
yeah, exactly. Well, who answers the Nasus? If Nasus gets to 300 stacks, who goes down there and answers it? It would have to be Karma, surely.
Yeah, minions, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm interested to see how this Karma Nasus matchup goes, for sure.
Yeah,
that's the big focal point for me. Because if
Karma
gets ahead there, Karma can win that. Karma does a lot of damage early, so
true. Yeah. Choosing the best Nasus skin, the Archduke. I think there's just a missed opportunity here, not naming him Archdog Narcissus, but you know. But I definitely agree with you. If that Karma gets ahead and can bully the Narcissus, this can very quickly become a perceived 5v4 for quite a while because Narcissus behind can just not do anything into that composition. The other thing is, even if the
Grasp
Narcissus
Karma.
does do well, Grasp and Karma, is that Tank Karma? Is it season 7 already?
Okay, Grasp on Karma. We're going Tank Karma by the looks of it, for sure. Is that good, Joe? Like,
I do not know. I've not seen a Karma play top lane in a long, long time. So I'm as clueless as you are about this matchup.
I'm so dumbfounded. Maybe I'm just being ignorant, but yeah, I honestly, I'm a bit confused by that one.
Well, she did start Corrupting Potion as well, so definitely will be trying to bully this Narcissus. Maybe it's just a pick for lane of that Keystone Rune. We will have to see.
Okay, so paused at 10.
All right, we are 10 seconds into the game. The lights are on. The champions are about to move. Vulpine need to win this one to have a chance at winning the series. They are down 1-0 against a very impressive-looking NSK. And we have some wacky matchups in this one, definitely.
Did Tent forget what lane he's supposed to be in? He went bot and then ran all the way back top.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he saw a squirrel or something. Because he is playing a dog champion after all.
I did watch Up the other day. That film makes me cry.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes especially, right?
Yeah, I don't know when the last time you watched it Up, but I was quite young the last time I watched it. And, nice trade damage there. Yeah, that film is heart-wrenching, and you've reminded me of it. So thank you for that, Jay.
Yeah, I'm not sorry, because it's a great movie. Alright, no awards again in either enemy jungle, so everybody being pretty blind to that enemy jungler at the moment, which could be an advantage for Vulpine, because Nasus will not be knowing where that Zac is, and also the Trundle not being able to track the Zac quite as well. Not the best thing, because Trundle excels at counter-ganking.
Well, if these guys are smart, they'll be able to tell that both junglers started bot side because the supports are going to come in with missing mana. So it should be fairly obvious to know that this is where the path from junglers have started. They're going to go from bot to top, and they're probably going to fight over that topside scuttle again.
Also, both top laners didn't bother to do a fake leash.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they should know that the enemy jungle started on their red buff for Trundle and the blue buff for Zac. Trundle immediately going to top side, probably just to be around if Zac decides to show up in the top lane early.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the good counts up there, so he probably goes buff to buff, Gromp, and then over to the Skull Crab. It's a fine path for him. Trundle's got a good single target as well, so we'd like to take these single target counts down as early as possible. So
yeah, so they respawn early. Right. Not much happening, but we already see the Grasp of the Undying being a nuisance towards that Narcissus, because Karma with the ranged auto attacks able to prop that quite a lot. But both junglers have pathed towards the top side. Exorcist is really low on HP though. So Trundle could have a free reign to invade here. The root lands on Narcissus, but here comes the first gank. Ava getting that pillar up. A drowsy Orianna. Can he survive this? Has to flash away from Ava. Oh. There comes the paddle star, but the tower prevents the kill. And Key even almost died here. But no deaths in the mid lane, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, I think Key was expecting the damage to be the damage he was doing late game in the game prior to this one. Because he went a bit hyphy under the tower there, and the Paddle Star does not do that much damage this early into a game. Especially when you...
Oh, that is what you said earlier. Leona goes forward, Black Shield onto Papa Law. He did take quite a bit of damage, but Krog also paying for that with half of his health pool. Narcissus, as we expected in the top lane, is being pushed in, but he's keeping up in CS very well.
It was good timing from Cradden there. He saw Morgana go off into the river, and he knows that's his opportunity to get the pick. He has to do it then, or he can never do it at all.
Oh, flash away from Zac there, being caught in the invade. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Centauran keeping the bullying up. He's not up in CS, though, despite being able to push in this Nasus.
Yeah, I think he spent a lot of his energy making sure that...
Oh, there we go. Croc tries it again, but another Black Shield onto Cradden prevents more damage, even though Zac is here. It's not all too much they can do at the moment. There comes the jump. Jump misses. Papalor ease out with a great 90 caliber net, and still nothing happening here. In the top lane, meanwhile, Tent is being bullied still. Oh, and the action is non-stop. Banjo could be taking a lot of damage. The bubble goes wide, but the Paddle Star doesn't. First blood goes to Key once again for the second game in a row. It's again on Zoe, and he's again up a kill.
Yeah, I mean, he got the base off, he TP'd back with the Doran's ring, so the Powder Stars actually do damage now, so it's nice. They abused the fact that Orianna didn't have flash up. It's good to see teams actually doing that, keeping track of timers and stuff.
Yeah. Right, Orianna has teleported to lane herself, so will not be falling behind in CS all that much. Tent trying to put the hurt back onto Centauran, but the root will be coming in, and that is a lot of return damage. Not the trade Tent wanted here.
I mean, the Karma's doing fine, I guess, but it's not completely shutting Tent out of this game.
Yeah.
So Tent's probably fine with just eating this poke, and he'll probably take a base and just TP back now.
Yeah. That is the likeliest scenario. He has got around 1100 gold, so it will not be enough for the Spectre's Cowl. But he can get the Sheen.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look to try and fight this Karma. Probably getting that Sheen seems to at least indicate this.
I don't know if I agree with the Sheen early, or at least right now. Maybe grabbing a bit of health, a bit of MR would have been better. Help him stay in the lane longer and stack his Q up longer. He's just going to get poked out again.
Yeah.
But
well, we'll see. Maybe he has some kind of master plan. Surprisingly enough, here the MF and Leona are pushing the Leona Caitlyn in at the moment. And Zac is here again. That's a good trap onto Ashe, but he's still a pretty healthy MF.
Yeah, Cradden didn't like that caster minion. He needed the caster minion to know that he didn't like it. So he forced the caster minion to stand still for a while, and it got the message. Yeah, not a great buy there.
Yeah, Ava in the mid lane, not really able to accomplish much with Banjo standing under his own tower. The junglers will meet at the Scuttle Crab though, and Key does have priority in this lane, so could be able to help out this jungler, but Ava has pulled off of this. Bubble though, it lands, and that's a huge chunk of damage for the Zac, who gets quite a bit smaller from that.
It's just annoying watching Zoe do this. Like, you know, he can kill the Zac, but Zac can clear like 2 camps and he's got to reset, you know?
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate.
Zoe's like, walls? What are walls?
Zoe's like a more annoying Tanner.
Oh, that's the heal used that he picked up from a minion, and a good trade in the mid lane onto Banjo. There comes another root from Centauran, but he's a level down, and Nasus is up in CS.
Yeah, that surprises me. Karma's gone for a Sheen as well. What's that Sheen going to build into?
That's the Iceborne Gauntlet Sheen, I think, so it is going to be tank.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. I guess it makes sense. Hopefully he knows how to play the tank Karma. He knows to mantra his W's. I don't think I've seen him mantra a W yet, so interesting.
Will definitely be interesting to see how this develops, because Tent is already starting to have control in this lane with only a Sheen to its name. Kronk's in the mid lane, he lands the root onto Key, Shockwave pulls him in, Ignite lands, and this has to be a dead Zoe. Krog gets the kill with the Ignite. Not the perfect result, but they get the kill onto the mid lane now with a good surprise gank from Krog. And this time, the ADC of the roaming support didn't die.
It's always nice to see a good roam go off right support. The best thing about playing Leona, doesn't even have boots. That was just a roam up river because they have the lane player.
Exorcist could be caught here, gets smited by Ava, and Tent is already here. He flashes away, but can he survive? The Karma is on their heels, but cannot keep up at the moment. So many auto attacks landing on him. He's already split into 4 little bloblets, and unless a miracle happens, this will mean Zac dies to the Nasus Q, and Tent gets on the board.
Yeah, a bit of a wasted flash there. Bit of a wasted time for the Karma. Karma should have just instantly shoved that. Exorcist is dead, 100%. You can't escape that. Trundle just runs you down.
And that is a kill for the Nasus. That is definitely not what Vulpine needed at this point. Here comes a flash forward. Croc misses the Zenith Blade. The 90 caliber net makes him dodge that solar flare, and there could be the re-engage. He's on a trap. That's a lot of return damage onto Croc. And outplay by the bot lane of NSK, only costing them Law's flash.
Yeah, I flash as well. Leanna flash forward, so you take that.
Oh, Banjo is being ganked, and he's had to walk around this pillar. He's very close to his tower, though, and he's on only half HP. The bubble lands, though. He could be a big battle star. And Banjo just barely surviving, and now 10 putting the herd back onto Centauran. You're done bullying me, he says, while Herald has been summoned in the mid lane. Something we didn't mention before, from that kill, Tent got the blue buff, so he's just going to constantly be able to be the wave to make his Qs a little easier and shove the wave himself. He now has forced Centauran back, and NSK start the dragon.
Yeah, I don't think Centauran's used to playing this, or at least not used to playing it recently. This Karma tank top, because he didn't.
Big Lance. That is a big bullet time. Papalo almost dies to it, but gets the kill onto Croc. And that is another kill for NSK. 3-1 now in kills. They pick up the Mountain Dragon as well. Again, the second will be a Cloud. And NSK are starting to do what they did the first game. They're pulling ahead further and further.
Yeah, anyway, that's what I'm saying. before everyone decided we were going to go all Chinese League of Legends on us and just fight constantly, he's not manturing the W. He let the W go off, and then he mantured a Q that just hit minions afterwards. That's not how you want to play that. You need to mantra the W after every single trade, or during every single trade, because it gives you a bunch of health back. But he's just not playing it well. He's down in CS to a melee champion on tank Karma top.
On something that they counterpicked as well, right? They knew the Nasus was there, and they decided they wanted to play the Karma, and so far it's not been paying off whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked it. It doesn't make much sense. Maybe they just wanted to give him a safe lane or something, but safe laning against Nasus?
That's not something you really want to do, no.
Yeah.
Well, that Nasus is a pretty happy doggo right now, as he's up in CS by quite a bit and has a kill, and there's a gank in the mid lane, but Croc is once again here to respond. Misses the Zenith Blade, so no follow-up here.
Just for all you top laners out there, it's 200 stacks on Nasus right now.
Yeah, don't play tank Karma.
Yeah, he has been free stacking this entire game.
Yeah, 200 stacks to 12 minutes. That is pretty good, especially in a counter matchup against a ranged champion. And as we said, he's starting to put the herd back. He's choosing to farm at the moment, but this is just going to be more and more stacks.
And he's almost at the Trinity Force as well. What does Karma do after that?
Cry? I guess?
Like, it's going to be hard for Karma to kill the Nasus. It's going to be hard for Nasus to kill the Karma, but yeah, because of that,
he'll just kill the tower.
Exactly. He's just going to stack it up. Roam mid, and Q.
There is a binding. Kraden protects himself with a black shield, and Leona has gone. Drowsy will die to Kraden's pool, not to the paddle star. And the bullet time not doing all too much. Ava has to bolt out of this now because it's pretty low on HP on that Trundle. Here comes the Zac flying in, but not hitting anybody. The chase is still on, though. Flash forward from Banjo. That shockwave hits Law just on the edge, and that will surely have to cost him his life. Smite goes on him, but he does manage to survive. Ava protecting him, and that's a good pillar as well. And this will be a dead Banjo. Kraden gets the kill credit, but that's what I call. Is it an outplay or is it a misplay?
It's got to be a misplay. They must have been trying to hand that kill over to Ashe, and Law lives because of it. Like, hello?
Yeah, he should not have.
It's got to be. What should be dead?
Nasus has already started bullying this Karma. And They are pushing this tower still a little bit, but Zoe should be pulling off of this now as Zac has returned. A 3v1 is not something he can win at this stage of the game. Speaking of this stage of the game, look at where Nasus is. Stage of the game where he's 20 CS up and he's almost killing the Karma. Flash forward! But that Q was just not enough. Waste of flash there from Tent.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even at the Trinity Force yet, so... Like, it's just going to get worse and worse with Karma. Like, the Frozen Mallet isn't going to do it. Sorry, the Frozen Gauntlet? It's Frozen Gauntlet, right? The Frosty Fist.
Ice Spawn Gauntlet.
Yeah, the Frosty Fist.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything.
Oh, flash hold from Key, but not really accomplishing much with that. It was not his own flash, though, so he's going to be fine. And there's Croc again. Solar Flare goes wide. Good dodge from Key. Good dodge from Key against that Zenith Blade. And there comes the Mastery Flash. And Orba is here, but there comes the Zac flying in. That's a very low HP Key. He has to flash away. This time it's his own one, but he cannot save his jungler. Banjo gets the kill onto Ava. A return kill from Key, though, against Croc, and that was a 2v3 1-for-1. And NSK are going to say, we take those every day of the week.
Yeah, you take that. Still a bit too much. They got caught out a little bit by the Zac, but they'll be fine with that.
Yeah, 1-for-1 in a lower number scenario is not something you complain about generally. And just a quick update on Tent. He's got 291 Q stacks right now. So he's about to hit 300 around 15 minutes into the game. And this is, as you said, just going to keep getting worse for Karma.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the Trinity Force yet. Like, it's just going to get worse and worse. He's got the Merc Treads for the tenacity, and that's kind of all you really need.
Yeah. Bot lane tower also almost dead already. A stiff breeze could knock that over at the moment, basically. Yeah, and Tent just with impunity walks up to Centauran, hits him with a Q, walks away again. At the moment, Centauran can still trade with that Grasp of the Undying, but once that Trinity Force is done, this will be not quite as easy, I think.
No, it really won't. Again, you've got to mantra the W.
Well, the Ocean Spring Life this time. The Nasus is gonna like that.
Oh, why does he not save mantra?
Oh, Tent is pushing him in. There comes the engage in the bot lane. Zac jumps in. Kraden has been black shield, but that is surely going to mean death for Papalo. He's been ignited. Kraden goes golden. Papalo somehow again survives. They do get the kill on Kraden, but I do not understand how Law survived that.
How did he survive that? Did Croc walk onto a trap there?
I don't know. Sure. This could be a 1v1 here. The bubble lands. This is going to be a big paddle star. He does have an exhaust on him as well, but does not choose to follow because, again, Croc's in the mid lane. This is basically a 2v1 lane from the vision of Key here. Croc's constantly roaming up. We have to comment, though his support is roaming so much, Ashe is still up in CS. That's pretty good.
Oh, Joe, I'm so tilted. Every time the camera goes top lane, he mantras Q, and he's playing tank combo.
Oh, could be a catch onto the Zac. He gets drowsy. He gets an auto attack on him. The Herald has been summoned. Can he jump away over the wall? No, the jump got cancelled by a great pillar from Awa. And Key falls to Banjo meanwhile, but they get the kill onto the Zac. So 1-for-1 in the mid lane. The Solar Flare not hitting anything. But the Herald will surely get this tower. I'm not entirely sure how Key died there, but probably a shockwave is what did him in.
Yeah, I think he got hit.
Speaking of doing him in, that's the Dark Binding. And now Banjo has to play gray screen simulator for the next 30 seconds. And Croc could be caught as well if they get any CC on him, and he will die.
Why?
Because he has no other choice, I guess. Ava gets that kill. And that is 2 quick kills in the mid lane for the side of NSK. And suddenly they're 3,000 gold in the lead, and they're going to pick up another tower off of that.
My brain is hurting, Joe. My brain is hurting. Banjo hit a really, really good Orianna ult on the side. He just like solo killed Key. And then just stood at the tower and waited for Herald to kill it.
Look at him. He's just going to queue the tower. And he's just going to keep saying, I Q, you QQ. He is 30 CS ahead. He's got his Triforce. He's got the tower. he is going to start taking over these side lanes now.
I don't understand. My head hurts. My head actually hurts, Joe. I'm losing my mind. I don't get it. Like, he goes. Banjo went from sick catch to just running it down in the space of like 10 seconds, and then Cork is under the tower, and NSK are walking away, and he ease into them to die.
Yeah, well,
Like,
maybe he thought he was already dead and like tried to get some tower shots onto someone to maybe get a return kill. I'm not entirely sure, but for Banjo, I guess you can't be called a coin flip player if you coin flip 20 times in one game. Tent though gets caught by the shockwave, will not be letting up though. Kraden goes in with the ultimate, gets the root off, very good, almost through the minion wave, and that's going to be another kill for Kraden, who steals it from the Nasus. Not a happy doggo in that regard here. But he is getting another assist. He's got free reign in that side lane. Banjo's dead. He will get the bot tower too.
Yeah, that was a good binding actually. Like,
yeah,
just barely clips that one before he gets behind the melee minion. I mean, Banjo was dead anyway because of the Morgana ult, but still nice binding.
Do you want to guess how many Nasus stacks?
Okay, I'm not going to click. Let's see, 260. He's
got 450 stacks at this moment in the game. That is a lot of soul energy in that siphoning strike now.
Yeah, so you remember when we were in Champions League, and I said, who answers the Nasus if he gets loads of stacks? Who answers the Nasus? What happens here? Because
he's going to be a raid
from what I'm seeing, Tent is just going to... Yeah, he's going to stay in the sideline, and he's going to do 1/4 HP to every tower every time he queues.
Yeah. The dragon is about to be up in 20 seconds, so this should be the next thing to fight over for these teams. But again, NSK have a 5,000 gold lead at around 20 minutes, so it's going to be super tough for Vulpine to do anything. And there is another good Dark Binding onto Exorcist, followed up by a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. And there comes the Paddle Sun, not hitting anyone. Croc having a good time saving his teammate here, but now he's in the middle of everybody. Flashes forward for a reason I cannot quite understand, and he is sleepy again. Tent gets the kill credit, and that is a very angry doggo right now. 2-0 and 1 on the Nasus. They will pick up their third Drake of the game as well, which will put them on soul point unless Exorcist manages some kind of miracle steal here.
I think there might be a little bit of tilt going on here. I think Vulpine might be a little bit tilted. I know I'd be tilted. That flash forward was a bit interesting, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of ran it down a little there. If NSK don't win this game from this position, I will be so shocked. They're what, 5k gold up, 20 minutes into the game. They're on soul point. They have an almost 500 stack Nasus.
Yeah. At 22 minutes, nonetheless. This Nasus is going to hurt like you won't believe. And he is walking down this bot lane already. He's got the teleport available, so they can already start threatening the Baron with the lead they have. And this Nasus is going to make Karma hate her life at this moment. There you go. With a... Oh, he didn't kill the minion with the Siphoning Strike. No more stacks here. But yeah, he's got complete free reign in this side lane now. There's nothing Karma can do to him.
Yeah, he's free.
Finished the Spirit Visage.
There's nothing that can happen to the Nasus now. Nasus is actually so safe because the only real threat to him would be Misfortune, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he has no armor. But yeah, what are you gonna do to him? He's just gonna do that.
Yeah, he doesn't. Karma can free him. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's just gonna heal it up immediately with 1 Q, with the help of that Spirit Visage, increasing the healing. And now look what happens when he catches the Karma. What's the damage?
Stop mantra queuing, man! Sorry, I can't understand.
At this point, Tent doesn't even care about tower shots. I guess you're just gonna have to get an Aspirin, because this is gonna keep happening. The Baron has been engaged by NSK. And let us see if Vulpine decide to challenge this. Nasus not even letting Centauran teleport to base, but they have pulled off the Baron.
Yeah, they're back on it.
It has not reset yet. Now they're letting it reset. But yeah, look at Tent. What's a tower? I don't care about towers. I wanna kill champions. Yeah. Look at this. He's ulted now. He's chasing into the base. This might be a little bit of an overextension, but because he has no more mana, he will have to walk away. And now the whole team from Vulpine is coming onto him. Wolves against the dog, and he does. Pardon me, Foxes against the dog, and now he has to flash away. That was, let us say, an interesting choice by Tent to dive 2 towers deep, and he will pay for that with his life. The shutdown goes to Banjo, and that was some much-needed gold for the Orianna. But yeah, I don't understand what happened there.
Yeah, I think Tent was just as annoyed as I was about the Karma gameplay, so he tried to kill Karma for it. Yeah, I don't know. He was a bit of an overextension. Maybe they're a little bit hyphy. They might need to calm it down a little bit. But Karma flashed for it. Tent did have to flash, but surely Tent just goes back there anyway, and we resume all play.
He still has his teleport.
Yeah, he's picked up some CDR as well now, so.
And some armor, crucially.
I just, we took some positives for Vulpine. Ash has been okay. He's been fine. He hasn't made any mistakes.
Yeah, he's also ahead 20 CS and has a kill to his name, so he's doing well. He's already finished his 2nd item. Well, Caitlyn only has 1.5. So that is definitely their strong point at the moment.
He's kind of in... Oh, that was the real flag, sorry.
Yeah, that was at least something they gained here. With the Baron still being alive, but Nasus is back in the bot lane. He's going to start pushing again. So they'll have to think of something to prevent NSK from just taking that Baron once the Nasus starts pushing.
Yeah, I mean, just a quick NASA stack update, by the way. We're at 600 stacks.
Oh no!
25 minutes into the game. We're at 600 stacks.
And the 4th dragon is about to spawn. There comes the Dark Binding. That is so much damage, and that is a dead Krog. Papalaw's on a killing spree. 3-0 and 2 on the Caitlyn. And that is a 5v4 situation when you don't want it, because the Soul Dragon is about to spawn. But they are keeping the chase up at the moment. Everybody's here. They want some of these. Exorcist is getting a lot of poke from that Caitlyn. Here comes the Zoe. Gets caught by Exorcist, but he's very low HP. Bullet time! Papalo will die! Shutdown goes to Ash. Why did they keep standing in that? Just to try and get a kill onto Zac. At least Key gets that one. And here comes the raid boss. He's in the middle of 2.5 people, but he's got a black shield. He's got his ultimate on. And Centauran is not going to like what's going to happen next. Number 3 will shock you. He has to bail out of there. He is with it. But Tent does not manage to catch up to him. Game slowing down a bit again. But, oh boy.
That was a good one. I got that, Joe. I got that. I would say it was actually, to start that all off, it was a great call by Ava to check the bush and basically just set up the binding onto the owner. Ocean Soul gonna come over. Nasus is unkillable now, guys. Like,
yeah.
Never going to die.
If you thought Nasus was having a good time before, now he's got the Ocean Soul in his back pocket. He is never going to take any damage.
You know, he's at 640 stacks with an Ocean Soul. He's got Spirit Visage. He's huge now. You know?
Yeah, he's also building towards a Righteous Glory, if I interpret these item parts correctly. So he's going to be even faster when he's going to be running at you.
It's also, to go back to that fight, it was a fantastic Misfortune ultimate.
Yeah, the bullet time was absolutely huge.
Really well positioned. I think NSK, like I said beforehand, they were a little bit too hyphy. They overstayed in it for the Zac kill, and that enabled Ash to get a lot of damage down. But if he had one extra item there, that would have been a triple kill just from that ultimate.
Yeah, he did get 1 kill, so he's now 2-0. He's doing very well for himself, hasn't died, has got these kills, has got the last Whisper now, so he can at least hope of doing some damage to the Nasus before the Ocean Soul heals him back up.
Nasus is just free hitting bot lane right now.
Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Key with a nice help of Baron Nashor. Now Exorcist has jumped in the middle of the team. He wanted probably to try and catch Key. And there is the cavalry. The rest of the team is here. Nasus is still pushing. There's no teleport coming from him at the moment. And so Ava has to run away. He's ignited. He could fall here. That is a Q from Orianna. The shockwave pulls Key in as well. Nasus has gotten the inhib tower. And that is a golden Kraden. Key gets Banjo with that Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Though the kill for Ashe is onto Kraden. And now another 1v1 Krog trying to get Key to stop chasing. But he will not manage to do that. Probably another kill for Key. But Nasus is just hitting Nexus towers.
Why aren't they coming to help Leona? Okay, she got out. They just were ignoring her support there for a very long time whilst they tried to take mid tower. Yeah, it's a very good fight from Vulpine. They knew that Tent was bot side, so they knew they could take the 4v5. Misfortune stayed alive for a really long time. Zac stayed alive for exceptionally long. It looked like his initial engage was just going to get him killed and ruin their player advantage that they had there. But the shields coming down from Orianna and from Karma kept him alive for long enough for them to turn the fight, get a couple of good kills there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tent's bot side the whole time. He takes the inhib. He almost takes the bot side tower. So that kind of just sets up a great Baron chance for NSK here.
Yeah, with the bot lane inhibitor gone, they're gonna have to defend this somehow while the Baron is alive against a team with Ocean Soul, which means NSK can just sit there, attack the Baron a couple times, see if VLP respond, and if they don't, they take the Baron, and if they do, they just pull off, heal for 10 seconds, and do the same thing again.
Yeah, exactly. It's another kind of game where NSK are in the driving seat here, and it's on the Vulpine to do something special. And I bet you Ashe is going to try his goddamn hardest to do that.
Yeah, he is their only hope.
Yeah.
Help me, Obi-Wan Ashe. You're our last hope.
He needs to find some god-level armor in the next fight. And just pray that Zoe targets somebody that isn't him.
Yeah. The thing is, NSK know that too, right? So if they're smart about it, they will just fish for bubbles onto Ashe. Or just tell Tent to teleport in here. Just go for the MF. Don't care about anything else. Look at that. The shockwave. He doesn't care about it. He flashes forward. And he has the wither on the Orianna. Does turn around though. So did waste his flash kind of there. Not the first time this game. But if you're this ahead as Nasus, maybe you can do that with impunity. I don't even want to see how many stacks he has at this point.
The dissonance
762.
762. Oh my god.
Yeah, we saw what one siphoning strike did to Banjo there just now. That was half his health full in one Q. So, yeah. Oh, now he might be caught here. There's a lot of people around him, but they all deal magic damage. And no, he'll just walk away. His team's on the Baron.
Yeah, he just stays down there. He just keeps showing himself, keeps pressing that lane, and NSK... Ooh.
They're coming in, they're gonna try now. The Baron is on half HP, bullet time is available. Kraden goes golden. There is the bullet time, it will get Kraden, it will get Papa. No, this is huge! On the side of Vulpine, it's a double kill for Ashe. But again, King Tent is on the Nexus. He's killing Orianna, he's killing towers. He doesn't care. It's the second time he's backdooring. There comes a teleport from Centauran, but it's too little, too late. Tent with the second backdoor in 2 games. Congratulations to NSK. It's a 2-0 win over Vulpine.
Yeah. A bit messy. 10 ends the game with 786 stacks, by the way. So that's fantastic.
A lot.
Draft. I think this is draft diff. Some really, really impressive stuff. In Tent managing to get as stacked as he did, and NSK knowing where their strong points were. But yeah, what could Vulpine do to that Nasus? They let the Nasus stack up, and then that was it, really.
Yeah, I don't know if Centauran just doesn't play champions like Darius or something, but the Karma definitely a choice not panning out in this game, and Tent again gets a backdoor in.
Yeah, he got Flame Horizon again.
Yeah,
100 CS up.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good for Centauran probably. Flame Horizon twice the enemy top laner backdooring your Nexus twice. We have to feel especially bad for Ashe, though, because he was 5-0-1 in this game, had some absolutely huge ultimates, and still it didn't matter enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the other four members of Vulpine right now, you're probably apologizing to your AD carry because he played amazingly in that game.
Yeah.
He was the one thing keeping them in, and two really, really, really good MF ults in a row. It's just a shame that nobody could answer the Nasus. Nasus just got to walk away with the game. So
almost 800 stacks at 32 minutes. I think that is everything you need to know about that game. So yeah, congratulations to NSK. They picked up their first win of the split and are now 1-1, while Vulpine are still waiting for their first game win even.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that we can all agree that that was a Tent Kingdom kind of game.
Yeah,
Tent had an amazing series. Joe, I got to ask you a question though.
Yeah,
is Tent your player of the series? Do you give that
yes.
to Tent? You give it to Tent.
I mean, you could also give it to Key. He was very, very key in winning this series as well. But you can't really not give it to the player who Flame Horizoned his lane opponent twice. So
true. Yeah, I mean, Centurion are gonna have to have Vulpine are gonna have to have a long, hard look at where they go from here because they did not look good. NSK last split were a team that were languishing around the bottom of the league. They look a lot stronger.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah,
they may be even challenging for playoffs with how they played today and only losing 2-1 to Vengeance. They keep improving like they have, and they could actually really have a shot for that.
Yeah, there was. I don't think there's much else we can really say.
Yeah.
Congratulations to NSK, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do going forward for the rest of this split. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, and I will make sure to plug it again. We have merchandise at Gamers Apparel, www.gamersapparel.co.uk/store/Valence with a TH. And we have an Esports PDR page as well. You can look for that, Valence League, there in the LOL section. And yeah, there's not much else to say. I've had great fun casting this with you, Cliff. I'm hoping you can say the same. Congratulations again. Yeah, congratulations again to NSK, and very much looking forward to the rest of the season in Division 1. It looks like it's going to be very, very interesting. Maybe it's going to be not just two top dogs battling it out between themselves.